I can see the colors that you are wearing this evening, and that's why I am purposely wearing blue and white. Because with all due respect to the green, the red, and the black that you have.
Satisfaction, the look on the face of a delusional Wokie who just got owned. Today it's all about that look.
In the book, instructs youth on how to find and make pornography. There's photos of naked individuals that are trans. Should students have access to a book like that?
When I was a young man, which was many, many years ago, we had Playboy. You know, we learned it through Playboy. How is this different?
Did you have it in school?
No, we did not have it in school, but
that would be how it's different.
Oh, we should judge a book by its cover, but this cover looks like a minor attracted person's manual. You know, the P-word aesthetic? The Playboy you stole from the irresponsible males in your life is not the same as the visual pornography available in libraries. If you read books instead of Playboy, you would know that, sir.
Are you saying that men should not be allowed to have Barbie dolls?
I did not say that whatsoever, but I'm saying there's certain character attributes and traits of how young men should be raised and how young ladies should be raised.
You are defining that women should be raised in one way and men should be raised in another.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yes. Men are better at some things than women, and women are better at some things than men.
What things are men better at?
Lifting heavy objects. Women are better caretakers and nurturers. Women are more organized.
I'm sorry, say that again?
That men are usually stronger physically than women, that is true.
How is that naturally better?
I'm not saying better. I'm not saying one sex or gender is better than the other. They're different.
I can see your point. I can see that men do have more testosterone.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. So there's differences.
Yes, but
therefore, men are better at certain things than women, and women are better at certain things than men.
There's that beautiful look. What's so wrong with someone being different from you? Why do you want to be the same as someone else? Feminism created competition, envy, and bitterness against a gender that was just existing. If you want strength, go to the gym, sip some roids. No one cares. You can do your thing without posters.
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist, and then like.
Okay. How am I? Sorry. Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Dude, like you.
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
You believe that like you are.
Well, yeah. Oh, cuss word indeed. After the lost but found Wokie look, my second favorite is the frustrated. I can't believe my parents are paying tuition only for me to look stupid on YouTube hair toss. It's refreshing.
To you, what would you change about the Constitution, if anything?
And that is my note answering this question.
Have a good one.
That's perfect for Dave here. We'll let Dave go.
No, I'm not. I'm okay.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question?
This is another favorite, the walk of shame. It's a loaded question, yet you have no problem being force-fed propaganda as answers. One word for you, oh leaders of tomorrow, do some research.
Good afternoon to you, Shivani.
Good afternoon, Julia. You know my pronouns are they, them. How are you doing?
Yeah. Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar. So the only thing I would need to refer you to is to your face would be you, but I'm not being rude. You can choose your pronouns. You can choose what you want to call yourself, but you don't get to require me to use incorrect grammar and factually incorrect things. You're not a plural. You're a one person, and you're a female person. So I will use she and her. Thank you very much.
Do what you like, I guess.
Well, there you are. You didn't need to tell me then, did you?
There are just too many good reactions today. I quite fancy the uncomfortable smile and eyebrow twitches. The interviewer called you by your name, but you had to drag in pronouns that had not been mentioned. It's a conversation between two people. The only pronouns that would be used would be you and I. Calm down, no one cares.
Clarify your definition of critical race theory.
Yeah, Derek Bell's. So what he wrote in 1991, Intro to Critical Race Theory. What's in that book?
The whole book is your definition. Wait, but...
Are you familiar with that literature?
Well, yeah, I've read the book, but I don't remember anything about it. It was for, like, a college class. Like, let's be honest, nobody remembers the books they read in college.
Sounds like a great value proposition to go to college.
No, it is, trust me. Well, but you didn't go to college, so I guess you wouldn't know.
It's true, I didn't.
So
let me ask you, though, does that mean that I'm not able to have this conversation with you? Because I actually remember the book and you didn't, and you paid for it.
So, first of all, I didn't pay for it. There's these things called scholarships.
Oh, so somebody else paid for you not to remember the book that you were supposed to read. Oh,
Anyways,
some wealthy donor or taxpayer paid for you to not remember the book.
Shall we also include the dumb rambling of college students trying to one-up a more intelligent individual? You're studying off someone's hard-earned money. You don't remember the things you study yet. You're trying to debate it, but you think that's a flex. There must be something in the college atmosphere that makes people just breathe in foolishness instead of oxygen.
Can you describe your dream man? Is he
Ryan
is he tall?
Ryan
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you say that. He's taller than you, correct?
Yeah.
Stronger than me.
He could probably beat you up in a fight, right?
I want him to be able to bench press me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he's stronger than you, he's taller than you. Does he earn more money?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and y'all think y'all are equal.
So, but there's
Oh, I like the "Am I the problem?" blinks too. Very nice. What makes you equal to a man who is superior to you in every aspect? At least they seem to see the flaw in their logic.
What is sin? Well, God gave His commandments so that we can see our sin.
Stop talking, no one listens!
And see, because of our sin, that we need to turn to God.
Pie holes should be quiet!
We need to turn to God before it's too late, just like the rich man.
Whose child is this?
Right, if it touches me, you're gonna fall really hard and very fast. Okay? I'm not f***ing about. You wanna play them games? That's what happens.
We're not trying to play a game, mate. We're just playing off an umbrella. We need change.
Yeah.
Come on, not everything's about you.
Also, if you know them all so well, you shouldn't threaten to assault them.
It's not a threat to assault, it's a threat to defend.
Complete violation of the 20th.
I will take it off your end of. You've been on. Stop doing it on purpose. I can use the law to defend myself. End of. Not playing these stupid games with you. Not happening.
I just know he was shaking under that mask. See his hands. Did they look like they were shaking? Absolutely. He better go learn how to do kung fu with that ugly umbrella.
Me and Andrew are misogynists.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Andrew's a misogynist.
I think he has an animosity towards women, yeah. I think so.
Do you think I'm a misogynist?
A little bit. The definition of hatred is a great dislike, and it's actually one of the sins of living in the flesh.
What if it's possible? I don't dislike women. I just dislike stupid people. And it doesn't matter if they're men or women. And you just happen to be a stupid person, and that's why I dislike you. And also happen to be a woman at the same time. So you happen to be stupid and happen to be a woman, but I don't hate you because you're a woman. I dislike you because you're stupid. Well, could that be possible?
Well, why don't you ever talk about men? You always talk about how much you hate women every day.
I debate it professionally for a living against men and women. You go on TikTok after you got with a guy who had 1 million TikTok followers so you could piggyback on that to fame. I would not bullshit me here, sweetheart.
We dislike stupid too, in case you were wondering.
It's really fucking laughable that it's only white people equating slavery to owning an abortion. Not once have I heard one black or woman of color.
Faith, do you want to come up here? Because apparently color matters.
I would like to hear from a woman of color. I would rather hear that.
Go ahead, Faith. What's so funny? Why are you pro-life, Faith?
I am pro-life because life begins in the womb at conception. And I think that our personhood, our rights should not be based on having to be human plus something else. That's exactly what happened with slavery, where we were told that you have to be human plus not black. And now we're saying that you have to be human plus a certain age, or human and in a different location. And so really what abortion is age-based discrimination.
Black people weren't seen as humans. They weren't seen as human beings. Black people were not seen as humans.
They were
The Supreme Court actually said that they were 3/5 a human person. Just like how you all have denied that a child in the womb is a human person.
No, it's not. It's not human.
That's fundamentally incorrect. What is it? What is a child in the womb? Is it a koala bear? When I get pregnant, am I pregnant with a koala bear? I'm pregnant with a member of our species.
A fetus of a dolphin looks the same as a fetus as a human. You literally can't tell them apart because it's not human yet. It's not.
Does somebody else have a question?
I just want to note that as a black woman and as a person who got my degree in biology, life does begin at conception.
So you call for a person of color but still reject the idea you called for. Black people were not seen as humans? That's exactly the point. Unborn children are not being seen as humans either. Grow a brain.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
Aw, she looks like she didn't get the fight she was looking for. No one cares about your identity, lady. Be whatever you want.
Do you think men fans models should make the same as female?
Yeah. Like,
So you'd be willing to take a pay cut?
what do you mean by that?
They take it out of your pocket.
Well, because men, when it comes to online presenting yourself, earn fractional what women earn.
It's up to you how much money you earn by how much you are posting on your...
So it's about merit, creativity, ingenuity.
It's about like consistency kind of thing, like, and trying to find the right niche and everything for yourself.
So therefore, if there was a law generally in America where it says that women should be paid the same as men, you'd be against that.
Well...
Because it would apply to fans. Because it could harm you. See, you're both in an industry where women earn way more than men.
Yeah.
Progress is easy to support until it hits your bank account.
So it's about creativity, consistency, and merit when it is OnlyFans, but when it comes to white-collar jobs, it is about who wears skirts. Be serious.
Did you miss your makeup appointment?
You've been in there for 2 hours. I'd say it's made no difference.
Well, if you can't take it, don't give it. Let's add that to the list of reactions I love. The wide, I can't believe I just got cooked mouth.
So you do believe we should open the border?
Yeah.
What do you think of all these MAGA Republicans that are saying, close the border?
No, I don't agree with the MAGA position on just about anything.
And it doesn't scare you if we open the border, maybe some illegal people could come in that maybe they're traffickers?
I don't buy that. Immigrants flowing into the United States is a net benefit for the economy.
All right, because we have Juan here who he needs a home. Yeah. So all we're asking for, sir, is like if you could house him for a minimum of 3 months.
No, I'm not going to house anybody. I don't.
Wait.
No,
he's a good guy and he's a hard worker. I swear.
Don't doubt it. I have a very small place. No, I live alone and
But sir, here's my question. If we're going to open the border and you're not willing to provide to contribute to... Yeah, he said yeah.
He said what?
Oh, no. It's opposite day, so it means yes.
Anyway, I'll say good evening.
Sir, can we at least agree that you don't actually believe in an open border?
Not in that sense, no.
He has to be someone's father or uncle with all that beautiful gray hair. Too bad what's in his head isn't as beautiful. Add that to the list. The sorry I have to go, abort mission, runaway.
You hate women, you understand?
Wait, guys.
You have no respect for women. That's why you're here arguing right now.
You respect
He doesn't.
Andrew, Mother's Day. How do you like that? You murdered your kid. Happy Mother's Day, murderer. And the woman next to you, she agrees with me. How does that make you feel? How does that make the entire CCP feel that you're down here getting impregnated, murdering your offspring? How does that make you feel, ladies? Does that make you feel good?
Well. This look is what I would call the downward dog of shame. I really like this one. Let's rank it a solid 6 out of 10.
I know you're so oppressed, my dears. I know life is so hard for you. You have to live in the richest, most equitable, most just country in the history of the world. You have to get a college education. You have to voluntarily go to lectures. It's so awful. I can't imagine that, the people who are in war-torn nations, they must truly pity you. Goodbye then. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your support, but I'm not that intimidated by these guys.
This one has to be number 8 for me. The crowd surfing noise of foolishness. Also, who knows where a person could buy that fat shirt? I want one in purple.
You keep defining abortion as the murder of babies, which biological fact is you would say most abortions are done before they are actually babies. It's still just a fetus. So my question...
Do you know what the word fetus means?
It's just a cluster, a zygote developing into a baby eventually.
The word fetus, it's a Latin word, and it just means offspring. That's all it means. It just means the next generation of a being. So, but that's what a baby is also. I mean, that's what you would call your adult child someday once he's grown, hopefully if he hasn't been murdered.
Can I ask my question?
Well, I'm just like to clarify this point. You would call your adult child your offspring too, but all of these terms that you might use, fetus, embryo, the one they love is zygote, which sounds like a Pokemon, but they use all these different terms, but it's all referring to the same being, and you were that being Once. You, the person who's standing here right now.
Do any of us have a memory of being that being?
No, I mean, I don't have a memory of last Thursday, frankly. It's been a very busy week, but...
I want that as number 10, the fold my shoulders like a sassy adolescent because I'm making no sense stance. Why are these people always so angry, and they always make it look like they are in such a hurry? You have nothing going on but stupid agendas. Please take a seat.
Can you identify as a black person?
No,
Why?
I'm not black.
I'm not a woman, but I can identify as a woman according to you.
If you transition, maybe.
What defines a transition?
If that's your goal, you know?
If you believe it.
Sure.
If you believe you're black, why aren't you black?
Well, that's just not, that's like genetics. That's like ancestry.
You're also born a man or a woman. It's the same thing. That's also genetics.
Okay, I'm over it.
Oh, the famous walk of shame. How do you dig your own grave though? How dumb and short-sighted do you have to be?
Would you allow somebody like Anthony Joshua to box in women's boxing in a year's time if he had the treatment?
There's a weight category issue. I'm not sure about the weight categories. He'd be a lot bigger than any woman, but if he was in a woman's size weight category, yes, I would.
You would let Floyd Mayweather, who is pound for pound the most successful boxer in male history, you would let him in a year's time compete at the same weight against women?
Yeah, if there's a weight category.
This is nonsense. I'm sorry.
It's absolute
How
garbage.
could you possibly countenance putting Floyd Mayweather, the most dangerous boxer pound for pound, arguably in the history of boxing, into a ring with women born to female bodies? This is where the argument becomes utterly ridiculous. And it's not transphobic to say so, it's common sense.
There's a fighter called Fallon Fox in the mixed martial arts world who is a big individual, gone into a fight, round one, broke somebody's skull.
That was in 2014. Can you have something more recent?
I think the plan is to murder and eradicate half of the female population in America before 2030 because they cannot be serious.
Are men and women equal?
Women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, everything is brought to by women.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, the camera that's filming you right now, the microphone you're speaking to, everything is built, maintained through men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. In Ukraine, you have all the wives getting shipped out to Moscow and all these other nations, and they're partying in clubs and getting railed by other guys while their husbands are forced to stay in the nation. You don't see any feminists saying, hey, no, the women should stay also.
It's like a white, cisgender, like straight appearing man.
Are you assuming my sexuality? That was very rude of you. I feel oppressed right now.
You should go.
He should go, but you are the one walking away. So many wokies walk away from wisdom, it would seem. Anyway.
Hello, how are you?
I'm just here to listen.
I'm not allowed to speak to you?
Not at all. I'm just here to listen.
Okay, America's the greatest country ever to exist.
And so it's Wakanda.
But that's not a place.
They tried to make me into offensive, but I'm here to observe and listen.
No, I'm just trying to get some free hot dogs.
This is not a joke, guys.
What's up?
You think even come over here and make it a joke? It's not.
It's a joke to me because I'm not listening.
Where do you see free hot dogs at? Don't make it a joke.
You making it about me. I'm not there.
The left will eat. Well, game recognizes game, and stupid sees stupid.
If you'd like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue.
Anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with it.
Just literally put the hand up and say I'm a woman. Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was.
I'm serious. I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is, why can't I on International Women's Day say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status,
I think
we're
that's
talking
what,
about quite a
with
strong
respect, I think
physical
that
thing.
you'd already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say I'm a woman. How many genders are there?
2.
There are 2 genders. Wow, so you don't believe in transgenders at all?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is what I call the I just messed up eye bulge. Love, love, love this one. Oh, you need to reduce your volumes for this one.
Who the hell let you back on this campus?
It's a public sidewalk.
So nobody invited you here? Officers, if nobody invited him here, can we ask him to leave this campus? Is this being handled? You're a hero? Who the said that? Raise your hand! Raise your hand if you're so f***ing proud of it! Have you ever been raped? Then shut the f*** up!
I'm gonna have to interrupt. That's a good question.
That would be awesome. But like, why is he allowed on our campus if this isn't even like an organized event? No, I am not part of this event. You're not mad?
I understand.
So if I called you and said somebody raped me, you wouldn't be mad?
Well, you just twisted my words and I didn't say that.
And rape culture exists, and you're telling me 1 in 1,000? I can tell you that's bullshit.
1 in 1,900.
Do you see 1,900 people standing here? I can guarantee you, multiple people right here have been raped, and this is not 1,900 people.
Okay, how can you guarantee that?
This one is the shriek of horror. No sense, just noise.
Ma'am, don't steal the sign. You can't steal the sign. You're on camera stealing a sign. Sam! Officer, she's stealing a sign. You're not going anywhere. Right now you're being detained, okay?
Detained for what?
Larceny, you stole his sign.
He has it back.
Okay, yeah, because I got it from you.
I moved it 50 yards.
I don't care if you moved it 1 foot. You don't have a right to take someone's property, okay? Period. I don't care what the circumstance is. You don't have a right to take anyone's property. He was holding it, therefore it was his, and you took it. Okay? I know you may not agree with what's being said, but you don't have a right to take someone's property, period. Okay? 16 minutes.
What?
You're under arrest warrant. You admitted to taking a sign.
Well, all I did was I just walked it over here. I was going to give it back to him.
And those are the tears of realizing that actions have real life consequences. I like this more. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala. I like her, and I'm a Democrat.
And why do you like her?
Because she will be a good female president, and I would love to have a good female president for the U.S.
And what do you think she'll do good for our country?
She'll actually help our country more than Donald Trump would do, because she is smart and she's more reliable.
And what do you think are some exact things she'd do?
She'll do lower income and lower taxes.
So she'd lower everyone's income?
Yes.
Is that a good thing?
That is a good thing.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is the worst president in the whole wide world.
How come?
Because he hurt the Capitol building and he started World War III.
There are zero ideas flowing in that mind. Lower income, World War III. Somebody has been catching up on Twitter politics. He's the worst president in the whole wide world. I'm not gonna point fingers, but at least he knows how to walk.
Hey, I really wanted to thank you for coming out today and specifically for talking to those who have different viewpoints than your own. I'm not looking to argue with you. I just want to know about the ideology as to why you think that a woman shouldn't have the right to her own bodily autonomy in regards to abortion.
A woman should have the right to her own bodily autonomy, but not to kill another human. You know, but as far as the idea that I'm like sitting awake at night thinking, how do I control women's bodies? No, not really, not at all, actually. The thing that I do care about is the preservation of human lives. I don't have an argument that pro-choicers are ignoring a premise. That's fine. You're allowed to ignore a premise or think a premise that I'm giving is wrong. It turns out that the vast majority of women for literally all of human existence have engaged in childbearing and rearing, and it has not, in fact, ruined their lives. In fact, married women with children are, by poll data, the happiest women in America.
All right, thank you for the straw man fallacy. Thank you.
I missed what she actually said. What was it? Straw man?
Straw man fallacy, I think.
You can't just shout straw man and run away. Do you want to come back and explain why it was a straw?
Again, she's a runner, she's a track star. If you don't want kids or marriage, that's fine. You are allowed to make that choice. Murder is against the law. You can't choose that children that aren't out and about do not get to be victims. Where is their autonomy?
What's a woman then?
It's someone who feels like they want to be a woman.
But a woman is not just a feeling.
Why does it need to have a cookie cutter definition?
Because if we're going to be sterilizing kids, we should be able to define what this term even means.
You mentioned how but then they want to have a family and they can't. First of all, not everyone wants to have a family, and there's other ways to have families. There's, surrogates, there's adoption, all that kind of stuff. It's not about whether they can physically have a child on their own. That doesn't account for all families.
What you're doing right now is trying to justify the sterilization of children.
I'm not. I'm asking you a question about...
Sure you are. You're downplaying it. You're saying it's not...
She says she would have loved to transition as a little girl, but she can't transfer right now because it's not the biggest thing. Maybe it's not a thing at all. If it was so dire, you would have done it already. My opinion.
You was in agreement that your force was
institutionally racist. Is that correct?
I agreed with the report, the independent report, and so did the chief fire officer accept the findings.
Okay, so
of that
can you
report.
please tell me, Councillor, what unfair advantages white people have in your force?
I would hope not, none. Not advantages. Did I hear you?
Yeah, do they have
correctly?
any advantages?
No.
Well, then how can you be institutionally racist?
The famous stammer of foolishness meeting knowledge. That's an 8 out of 10 for me.
The Conservatives continue to protect the wealthiest instead of supporting Canadians.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
That's a little bit rich coming from him as he raises taxes on single moms for the crime of driving to the grocery store while he treats himself to a jet-setting experience where the food on the plane out of a 6-day trip was $220,000. Beef brisket, parsley potatoes with truffle oil, beef tenderloin with port wine sauce, braised lamb shanks, and even cheesecake with pistachio brittle. Mr. Speaker, with Canadians lined up at the food bank, what's on the menu for this Prime Minister this summer?
Nothing better than receipts. I can imagine his face after his double standards saw the light of day.
Is this a pro-life interview, by the way? Are you guys pro-lifers? I'm gonna go. I'm so sorry. This is a waste of my time. Have a good one.
The walk. This is the walk of fear. Love to see it.
So I always have to ask the question at the end. I mean, everyone knows what the question's going to be. But, so what is a woman? Can you define the term?
I think the answer to what is a woman is a person who aligns with feminine traits that we traditionally associate with females, or that people that align with the feminine side of the spectrum. So that's my answer. And I think that answer should, the definition of everything changes over time. And as we continue to learn more about what humans can really be, I think that can continue to grow. And you
hope we understand. You don't look like you understand. You swallowed so hard when the question came up.
The chair, Madam Speaker, when is a life a life? I'll open it up to the rest of my colleagues over there. I would wager none of my colleagues on the other side will tell us when life begins. I got a $20 bill here. It's not worth as much as it used to be worth. I'll put it down here on the table. Any one of you or your colleagues wants to speak up and tell us when life begins, it's sitting here for you. Madam Speaker, when is a life a life? When does it begin? That's the most extreme idea to come out of this body, that you won't acknowledge when a life is a life.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Has it expired? I'll leave the $20
Members,
bill here, Madam
the gentleman's
Speaker.
time has expired.
The infamous silence followed by repeating the same nonsense over the smarter person. Such a rare combination. That's a 9 out of 10 for me.
We're in the lowest time of poverty in human history, and poverty is exponentially reducing every year. Trust me, we're in a very good time.
This is really interesting coming from a straight white man.
Well, okay, yes.
Like, everything's always been good for you. I'm a minority.
Yeah.
Nothing's good for me.
I'm Palestinian. I'm Arab.
No one jumps into assumptions and conclusions more than the ones who victimize those terms. I love the open mouth, by the way. Maybe some logic would fly in.
My choice! 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 My choice!
What better way to wrap up the video than just plain noise? It's a 2 out of 10 for me, however, because there isn't enough energy. Well, you did it. You are so brave. What's your favorite owned Wokie reaction? Let us know in the comments. You definitely liked this video, so give it a thumbs up. You need to subscribe because why not stay unwoke and see you in the next one.